Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nowhere Prophet. I did not forget the name of the game for a second there. It was all in. I was building suspense. How dare you suggest otherwise? Let's go off the beaten path a little bit here. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to find by veering off to the side, but I really want to find our way to this abandoned refinery, and I think that's going to involve just mucking through a whole bunch of swamp. I suppose we could go over to here and then break off the path. Maybe... I don't remember. Does difficult terrain increase your travel costs? Hold on. Rulebook. Traveling costs. Make note of difficult terrain. These regions are indicated on the map by colored roads. Traveling further from the center road means you're more likely to discover new routes and places or rare equipment. This goes double for difficult terrain. Few others have braved these tough areas, and there are rare dangers and great rewards to be found here. We're doing really well. At the risk of totally blowing up the run, I think this is exactly the kind of time when we can afford to take on some rare dangers for some rare rewards. But it looks like, no, difficult terrain does not increase travel costs. It's probably just increases the danger. Yeah, let's wander off into the swamp and see what happens to us. Our caravan is big and healthy and stuff. Let's see how long that remains true. As the sun slowly sank toward the horizon, a flock of dark-feathered, oh no, dragon crows again. Those dragon crows sure do love us. Our convoy approached a fortified structure. Behind a rough barricade, smoke rose from some buildings. Let us investigate the settlement. They reported back the settlement was well protected, but otherwise everything seemed normal. Let's approach. We could tell them about our sacred quest. We do believe in it strongly enough. After some commotion behind the scenes, we were allowed to enter the settlement. A commander wielding a plasma rifle greeted us. Judging from her posture and attitude, she seemed to be a trained soldier. Okay, I don't want to trade 5 batteries for food. I think that would be very foolish in our situation. Can we recruit her? I assume it's going to be quite expensive. Yo, I can afford to pay 30 food. I don't think that's a problem at all. We're great at finding food. She gave out the food to her people and joined us. Cool, let's have a look. Oh, we gotta do this thing first. As we were in the middle of setting up camp, a well-armed and grim-looking group approached the perimeter. Their leader introduced himself, holding a piece of paper with a sketch of a face. We are looking for a murderous criminal by the name of Horn, rumored to hide within your convoy. Deliver them to us, and you shall be rewarded. Well, fortunately, he's not going to be able to find Horn from a sketch of a face, so I think we're okay. There's no one by that name here. Nope. Then you won't mind if we search your convoy. The bounty hunters went around, their men roughly grabbing people and comparing their faces to their sketch. Eventually, they found Horn, hitting them and dragging them out of the convoy. No, absolutely not. If you want them, we fight, I shouted, making the air crackle with electricity. The bounty hunters took a surprised step back, but then stepped forward, ready to battle. Absolutely not, you can't have him. So, okay, nothing fancy. Level 4, Raj Guard Engineer. Got it. Yeah, I think first turn Tribal Striker with some damage spells to back it up, I think that's a pretty good start. And honestly, I think I want to hold the Jaguar Bear. I know we won't be able to play it right away, but, well, maybe we won't be able to play it right away is all the reason you need not to hold it. Okay, that's fine. Let's hope that they do not successfully murder my Tribal Striker. Alright. Listen, I like the movie too. Okay. That's right. Whenever I scrap a card, a random attack card, so I should be scrapping things all the time. Well, I don't actually think our Deserter's all that good. And remember to scrap every turn. Or at least every turn that we have a damage spell. Okay, Raider behind an obstacle, and then they push the obstacle. Not really 100% sure I understand that one, but let's go ahead and spawn us a beast. You know, this follower seems like very bananas, right? What an extremely good card. I think I'm going to scrap the push. Oh, that slash is starting to look real good. And then probably just play Ranger. Ranger seems very good. Maybe I should have scrapped the Bleak Rider. Well, there's always next turn. I want the Tribal Striker to get that blessing so badly. Okay, is this going to be a push or pull kind of situation? Oh. Alright, a blow a thing up kind of situation. Well, you have put yourself in a position for this. Feels like you're not even really... Oh, I guess I didn't consider that. I should have attacked with the beast first, in case of... I should have attacked with everybody else first, in case of that happening. Do we want to even throw a scratch at this dude? I mean, I guess there's no reason to leave him alive, right? Okay, so all you can actually do is move to a position that is open. Then you may as well get there for 4. And also, we should have thought a little bit harder about positioning, because I'm like, am I going to play this Jaguar Bear? If I am, doing this didn't really accomplish anything. And I think I am, right? We want to wrap this up. Next turn, provided nothing terrible happens, we have this available. Let's drop the Bleak Rider. Oh, right, I used all the charges. Okay. That's a cool card. Yep, and then he's going to do a bunch of stuff. That seems like a good contraption. We should try to get one of those. Alright, well. Seems like kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, that guy with the blessing is bananas. 17 food. Awesome. Man, what a good reward. With the bounty hunters gone, Horn was deeply thankful, assuring us that this must have been some sort of misunderstanding. Ah, okay, you're just openly lying to me. Can't say I'm wild about that one. So, new guy is the Null Mind. Stealth shielded at the start of your turn, gain stealth. We have seen this card before. To be perfectly honest with you, I think this is probably good enough to make our deck. I might drop the Bleak Rider, honestly. Like, the Bleak Rider's great in theory, but I'm just never in a position where I want to play this, it feels like. And the Null Mind serves a lot of the same purpose, but also is like good at killing enemy creatures that are hard to get at. And then, do we want to mess with... I kind of like our deck the way it is. It feels pretty good, man. Yeah, I think I'm cool. Let's just keep moving deeper into the swamp. We have nothing to purchase with over here anyway. Our trek happened upon a curious sight. Directly next to the road and nestled into a small crater was a fortified metal door flanked by convenient gun slits. They don't sound that convenient for me. Banners of various merchant families fluttered above the entrance to the complex. When the convoy came closer, a voice told us to stop. Okay, I'm willing to do that. A group of heavily armed blue devils came out, informing us that this was a toll station, and that we were to be searched for contraband. That's not how this is going to work. We couldn't allow these ruffians to search and rob us. We gave the alarm signal and made it clear that we would resist their attempt by force. A horn was blown from the bunker, then everyone dove for cover as the first shots rang out. A long exposure to Jahahit has made the Juggernaut unfeeling, unpredictable, and relentless. We don't know what a Jahahit is. Alright, well, I'm ready. Definitely not starting with you. I think not starting with you either. To be perfectly honest, I don't really want to play the Kijat Youngling on the first turn. I'm thinking maybe we hold this one just so as to definitely have one thing that we can play in case these draws go poorly. Okay. That was pretty good. So this is a luxury item, which we really do need. I think, obviously, we want to establish the black scale first. Yeah. We'll put you here, so that we do have the option of playing something in front of you if it comes down to that. And then... okay, I mean, I guess that's fine. Well, that's inconvenient. So if we recycle right now... oh, I could just use my energy reload. Yeah, we'll just energy reload the slice. I was going to say, if we recycle right now, we're not guaranteed to get the damage on the slice, which would be, inconvenient. Okay, let's go to the face, I think. Try to get ourselves in a position where we have lethal on the table, then we'll go get our luxury item. And just play the deserter. Bodies on the table. At the end of your turn, heal all neighboring followers by 2. Oh, and this guy. These blue devils, man. I'm not a big fan of these blue devils. Well, Tribal Striker is a pretty great draw. So we can drop the Tribal Striker behind the cover, and then push the obstacle behind her next turn when it's time to attack. Just to ensure that, to lower the even potential instance of shenanigans, right? I like that. And then we can also play ourselves a Custodian. So I guess the question is, where do we play the Custodian? Do I basically, like, do I want to use the Black Scale Graham one more time and then play a Custodian in front of it? Nah, I would probably just play in the open slot here. Or we could infect the robust guy. That way the fact that he won't die easily matters a lot less. Of course, if I do that, I don't get to play another card. And the 2/4 seems like very relevant. Ah, the rock is an obstacle. Okay, it's one of these. Okay, that's... Honestly, this guy's pretty good. He's not really, like, in theme with our deck, but it's nice to have some cover for someone to approach from behind. So I guess we're just going to go to the face with these two. Yeah. But right now, we'll just go to the face with these two. I'm going to infect this guy to make him less useful, and then we'll, cycle the Custodian, because I don't think we need the Custodian in this situation. And it's, like, overwhelmingly likely that we have a kill next turn. Alright, not ideal, but it's fine. Okay. So, if we push you, your taunt is no longer effective. Then we dismantle for 5 and black scale for the blessing? Oh, hold on, I did want to... I guess we could do this. And then dismantle into Bandit Sapper instead. Do you get the blessing when you do this? Okay, yes you do. I wasn't sure if the kill had to be by an actual attack or not. But yeah, that's fine. That's a good outcome. We got ourselves another luxury, which is well worth taking here, because the hope is the only way we're going to lose at this point. I shouldn't say that. We're going to get murdered in combat at some point. The last of the mercs fell dead to the dirt. We had defeated them. Now was a good time to get compensated for the damage they had caused. We sent an armed team into the bunker, and they stumbled across a group of traders affiliated with the lepers. I don't feel like it would be very altruistic of us to rob them, and also, this is a situation where, like, it's easy to make the moral choice because we don't need to rob them. We're actually doing really well. I'm going to offer to trade with them. Okay, I was kind of figuring it would just be that, but I thought maybe we'd have a chance to sell them some stuff and then buy from them. Okay, that's fine. Do we need a chance to rest? It's difficult terrain either way. The further off the beaten path you get, the better the rewards. And we do only have 2 wounded people. I'm gonna keep moving this way. Fierce gunfire erupted along our flanks. We still go first. Secretive and shady, agents of the Union are everywhere, and they only have 10 health, which makes me feel like we're probably going to be fine. That's a pretty good open, honestly. We could play Custodian, Spark, Graham Rager on our first turn. That's a pretty powerful board setup. I think I'm actually just going to hold all these cards. These are good. So yeah, what do we... Okay, we just have a bunch of random garbage. That is altruism. There's a box full of altruism on the field. And also an acid plant that may be very useful to us. Let's, yeah, it doesn't really matter what order I do these in. Chomp. Spark. Custodian. And then, I mean, who knows? I don't know that I want to play this yet. We'll just hold it for the moment. I don't want to scrap anything. I think I'm pretty happy with our cards. And we have a position here. Okay, that guy could potentially... Oh, that's inconvenient. Also inconvenient. That's a pretty efficient damage spell there. This is a good move. We don't have a lot of ways of dealing with this, unfortunately. Well, I think we do that. I guess I could have played Blackstar Overseer. I was thinking we would move the Custodian in front of the Graham Rager and play Bolster. Because this lets him attack from anywhere. Yeah, but it doesn't let him attack anyone, right? So if we just move this guy up here, then we've resolved that situation. There's a ton of garbage on the field. I really wish there was less stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. You go here, we bolster you, and then we just play like the Jeroen Climber. Maybe I deal 1 to this guy just to get 1,000 cuts cycling. We'll play the Climber here. It can at least dig itself out there. And yeah, we'll do this. We'll just get it back in the deck. So do I want to scrap the rock in an attempt to draw the 1,000 cuts again? Honestly, yeah, I don't think that rock is all that good in this situation. I think the main value of that guy is that he's 2/4. Okay, that's an annoying thing. Congratulations, you have successfully annoyed me. Well, that guy's a 4/5. That's a problem. 2 damage to all targets in this column. So, we can do quite a bit of damage to this guy. If I use Energy Reload on the Light Blast and play it here, I'll get him for 2 with the Light Blast, plus 2 from the Acid Plant, which obviously is non-lethal, but it's something. The other thing we could do is just, can you attack? Are you allowed to attack this? Can you only attack the thing in front of you? Yeah, you can only attack the thing in front of you, okay. I was thinking if we could open up access to the Custodian without having to spend the Custodian's card, or action, we could maybe make some stuff happen. You know what? I'm going to play Inspiration. This seems like a moment for some inspiration. Okay, that's interesting. So we can actually kill this guy now. Light Blast plus Scratch gets the job done. And then we still get to play our Deserter, even though he's not any good. We bash some of the cover out of the way and prepare to maybe actually do some fighting next turn. Next turn to play the Blackstar Overseer. It's a little card disadvantagey, but honestly, I don't think it's a bad one. So we'll Energy Reload the Light Blast. Play it like this. No, we have to do it like this. I was trying to figure out a way of doing this such that we could leave the Acid Plant alive but slightly damaged, but that doesn't work. Yeah, because we have to do it this way. And then I might just eat 3 damage again, which is not the way I want things to go, but c'est la vie. Do I want the Graham Rager in a different position? Yeah, we can move down to this row and I guess like start hacking at that tree, maybe? I don't know what else we could do of value with that thing. Okay. That's interesting. So that sets him up for... Huh. Weird. This is a weird sequence of plays. So if we're going to play Blackstar Overseer, where do we want to do that? I mean, we have lethal, don't we? Because you strip the You strip the armor. Then the dismantle, yeah, I don't have to play Black Star anything. We just get a kill. How about that? And I like a blessing on that guy quite a bit. I took 8 damage there, which is harsh, but honestly, like on the whole, things are going really well for us, I think. Do we now want to go rest? My guess is that this camp will have a path that leads over there. We could spend a little bit of food to repair a couple of wounds. Yeah, it's probably worth it. For 8 health, it's probably worth it. We only get 1 heal charge. Well, I think I'm going to be greedy here and take it for myself. It's really not a lot of health. I think that's the right thing to do. And no, we do not connect. I think I'm going to head backward then. I should probably go ahead and use a luxury now, just in case we run into a random event that reduces our hope while we're walking. So what's this going to give us? Start of combat, add +1 damage to all attack cards in your hand. That could be good. Draw a convoy card. I like that. Let's do this thing because I think this is the least valuable of our luxuries. We'll try to use these other ones as we're approaching, like, the end of an area. That gives us quite a lot of hope, quite a lot of extra travels. Gunshot pierced the silence of the road. A proud man in the armor of the Raj Guard stands in front of the convoy. Our scouts pointed towards several concealed guards ready to ambush us. You are trespassing! For defying the death with the gunfire. Yep, we get it. We get it, let's fight. I like this opening. I like this opening a lot. Alright, so I think we want to play the 2 1/1s first. That's interesting too. 2 damage to all targets in the opposing row. So we'd want to play it here or here, but if we do that, then we're making it awkward for us to attack later. You know what I might do, actually, is play the Graham Rager, like, here. Just take a bite out of him. And then actually play the Jaroon Climber here. We'll destroy the cache, and then that'll, not only will that open up a row, but obviously it'll get us the thing. And do I want to... I don't think I want to scrap anything. I think I'm really happy with the cards we have here. Okay, we can deal with that. That seems like a really strange play. Alright, so... is it energy reload the light blast at that guy, or... if we do that, we don't get to play anything here. I'm gonna cycle the bear. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping would happen. Now we just have this, which is awesome. And then, unfortunately, we did not draw a one-cost creature, but we can do this thing. And then, I mean, what do I think the odds are? I have no idea if this is actually going to end up being useful or not. We'll just put it out there and see if maybe they want to play really poorly for no reason. Okay, this is pretty good for us. So I'm going to scrap something. Our scrap projectiles is going to add 1 damage to one of these scratches, and then we're going to energy reload that and use it. So what do we scrap? I think I kind of want to play the Ranger, or maybe I want to play the... I probably want to play my 2 costs. I don't think I want to scrap Inspiration, so as much as Ranger's a good card, I think this is the one it has to be. We have immediate uses for everything else. Oh, right, we only get to do one action-y thing per... Okay, well, that's fine. Well, I'm not opposed to just spending both of the scratches on this. That's okay. And then we'll just, yeah, we'll just bear. We'll just make a bear happen. Put this Raj Guard on has to find an answer immediately mode. Okay, that could be some damage. If a follower joins the enemy, they take 2 damage. You gotta do something that affects the board, or you are doomed. Okay, I'll take a Genoir Bear Blessing. Works just fine for me. Awesome. Really good rewards. It's possible that we should be playing on the middle difficulty. Might be the case. See if we can't find some food. Amid the midday haze, an outrider came back with news of a strange corpse on the side of the road. The corpse itself was hunched over in a sitting position, with a gun in its hand and a single bullet wound through its head. The strangest thing, however, was that it was wearing a gray metallic skin-tight shoulder-length glove that reached up and covered one shoulder. That is strange. This was a rare sleeve that had somehow survived the crash. Clothing embedded full of circuits, these pieces were made to enhance reaction time or dexterity, to protect the wearer in hazardous environments, or to enhance the senses in general. That seems like a thing we probably want. We don't quite have the scholar to get it off for sure. We could just try it, or I suppose we could do like a burial. What do I think I'm going to get out of this? I bet it's like altruist points. You know what? Let's do it. Okay, 6 believers and 5 hope. Taking the sleeve would only desecrate the body. Instead, we took it upon ourselves to ensure that their soul would travel with ease. The burial took the rest of the day, but the convoy felt at peace. Just to be clear, if I had had the scholar points to make sure that we would have gotten the sleeve, I would have done it in a heartbeat. Gulab came rushing back to the camp. Out of breath, he spluttered, "The fields! Up there! Plenty of food!" We grinned in acknowledgement and walked with Gulab up to the meadow. There were bushes filled with ripe evenberries and juicy edible leaves, enough for all the hungry mouths we had to feed. Yo, that's a ton of food. Alright, I think we're getting very close to our goal here. Our mid-goal. We came upon an abandoned vehicle. It looked like someone had left it and some valuable parts behind. Wow, 16 batteries worth of stuff. That's pretty cool. Again, we should probably use a luxury here just in case. Ooh, I have a second equipment slot. I didn't realize that had happened. Well, we need to find a thing for that. Sorry, I have to enter camp. That's how we do this. What do we want to spend? Store 2 health to your leader. You know, honestly, this would not be a bad time for some tea. I am wounded. Here's some tea, everyone. Apparently, it's like a really huge amount of it. These regions of Soma were notoriously dangerous, so we kept everyone close and our weapons closer. Suddenly, we saw large structures appear in the gloomy mist ahead of us. It was an old industrial facility, consisting of abandoned warehouses and gigantic storage tanks. The complex was heavily decayed, but perhaps the dangers of these areas had kept looters away, and we could still find something useful inside. Yes, perhaps. Let's start with the warehouse. We moved into the large central concrete building, a sturdy structure that seemed to be in better shape than the other buildings. Its insides were a jumbled mess of rotting crates, broken machinery, and rusting metal. It was very likely that others had gone through the remains before us. Man, 50 followers. It's just like such a huge amount. You'd have to spend a lot of batteries on recruitment in order to get that. We sorted through the chaos, but it was just too much for the few of us searching. We eventually abandoned our attempts and headed back outside. The integrity of the silo tower was more than dubious. The concrete had been blasted off in many places, and a rickety set of stairs led up along the outside to an improvised walkway. Someone had crudely painted symbols indicating danger onto the first few steps, and many of the stone stairs were missing, though there were rough wooden replacements. Okay, so we're going to take some wounds here, but I'm very curious. All of a sudden, a large section of the staircase collapsed with a deafening sound. Some of us managed to hang on to the rails, but one of us plummeted down. We couldn't progress, and so we carefully climbed down to retrieve the broken body of Nandini. So that's an actual death. Okay, that's our deserter. Well, I'm sad about a person dying. Don't get me wrong. But like, if somebody had to die, that was a pretty low-impact death. Not that I want to be thinking about things that way. Our outriders reported a small caravan camp ahead. Their perimeter was guarded by a contingent of large mercenaries dressed in extravagant colors, sporting powerful weapons. Blue devils. "Look at this band of beggars," one of the blue-skinned fighters shouted at us while picking his teeth with a thin knife. "What are you dogs hawking? Fleas and rags?" I don't think curse them is going to be useful necessarily. Maybe they respect a little bit of, like, counter trash talk, though. Yeah, let's try that. I'm going to mock them back. "Oh yeah, we have the best fleas available, but you seem to be well stocked on nasty parasites already," Tanavi shouted. There was a tense moment, but then the mercenaries broke into roaring laughter. They invited us for drinks, ignoring the concerned looks of the merchants that had hired them. Oh, absolutely, it would be rude not to. We gathered with them around the fire, where they passed around a large bowl of vile-looking brew. The fighters assured us that drinking with them was safe, and their odd blue-hued condition wasn't spread like that. They even showed us the bulges on the backs of their necks, where strange growths were visible, embedded under the skin. "This, my new friends, is the Jahahit, the source of our glory, our strength and our death. Now let us drink like there's no tomorrow." Okay, we're gonna drink the thing that they just told us is the source of their death. I guess at that point it would have been rude to refuse, which is why I was not given the option post our death. One of our scouts stumbled upon a clearing full of tasty evenberries, and also vegetables, but those don't get mentioned in the text. Do we want to fall back to the Union Fist camp? I do like good rewards. The thing about rewards is I like it when they're good. I'm going to go back. I know this is going to be like a little bit of an expensive detour, but... We noticed a strange smell in the air. Eventually we saw the cause. An entire section of forest on the other side of the valley was on fire. Luckily, there was a large river between us and the fire, so we could enjoy the wild spectacle of the flames as they burned all night. Sure, who doesn't love a forest fire? We came upon an armed force that had made camp along the road. Some of them were in the middle of some training exercises. Guards, led by someone with the markings of an officer, approached us. "Our honored commander requests the presence of your leader." Gulab didn't like this. "Smells like a trap. Don't go alone." "Well, it sounds like you, my taunting friend, just volunteered." We sat down in the commander's colorful tent. He offered us a cup of steaming Garant bark tea as he explained that he was here to build up a fighting force. "And you understand I can't let you pass. You can either join our cause or turn over your weapons. I think you might want to reconsider that." "Oh, I am not unreasonable," he said. "I'll make do with some of your followers. Leave 5 of them with me, and I'll let the rest of you go unharmed. I'll even share some of our food with you to help you on your journey. I can accept the offer and pretend not to know how to count, but obviously no, you can go to hell." Oh, damn. That's not what I thought was going to happen. It was obvious I couldn't accept that offer. He drew his weapon, as did I. We fired at each other. Gulab dove out, catching the slug meant for me. I jumped out of the tent just as a melee erupted outside. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Dude's a very effective bodyguard. Okay, that's interesting. This is a pretty good open. I think we can probably drop the dismantle. Right, he's going to take 4 damage at the beginning of the fight, so dismantle for armor is not great. I mean, I do like dismantle, though. You know what? I'm just going to keep it off. Okay. So... play 2 creatures, don't scrap anything, I think is where we're at here. I really like this energy cell leeching effect. This has been very, very good for our deck. Okay, we can deal with a spike trap pretty easily. Worker's not a big deal. Boy, he sure does love armor. Well, it feels like... It's a little awkward, actually. I think I want to scrap the bolster, maybe? Or we could use the bolster. I guess my play here could be slash this guy, bolster my climber to 3/3, and then have it eat a spike trap, just so that we don't have to take the 2 damage. I get to take the 2 damage now and be in control of the circumstance. I think that's probably the right way to do this. And then after doing all that stuff, we'll cycle this guy and add damage to the dismantle. That dismantle is gonna do some good work. Also, not a bad time to draw Null Mind. Well, alright, that's fine. That's fine. This time we can just play Null Mind and have her eat the spike trap. That's fine. So... Unless... I don't want to deal with this 3/4. I mean, we can trade for it, right? I could energy reload the slice and then just take damage on the Graham Rager. That lets me deal 3 damage to the face here and still play Bandit Sapper. I think I like that. Oh no, wait, Bandit Sapper dies if I just play Bandit Sapper. I might just have to let them have a 3/4 for a turn. Like, getting the Null Mind down to eat the trap, I think actually is pretty important. Yeah, I believe that is the case. Let's hope that that was the right move. I'm going to scrap the climber. Let's just throw some more damage on something. It's starting to get pretty good. And hey, we can actually play a Rincha Ball next turn if we want. Okay, that's a problem. Kind of what I figured. So, do we have... The Januar Bear's an interesting draw. Do we have lethal here? How close are we? 4 damage, strips the shield, knocks you down to 8. Yes, we do. Right? So who do I want a blessing on? Probably you. I think if I'm doing the math here right. We do that. Then 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Energy reload the dismantle. Dismantle this guy really hard in his face. Oh, 1000 cuts only does damage to followers. Shoot. Oh, but the Bandit Sapper gives us a kill. Yeah, we're still good. Who needs to read cards? Everything works out just fine for me anyway. Ooh, Sawblade. I mean, it doesn't matter what it does. We're equipping it, right? We picked up our dead and wounded, gathered what supplies we could, and left before any reinforcements arrived. I think that was worth the detour. Deal 6 damage to target enemy unit or obstacle, but you take retaliation damage. I'm fine with that. That seems great, actually. We should probably get on our way, though. A band of warriors, led by one of the Raj's glory seekers, had lain in wait for us along the road. Their leader, a high-ranking slave, proudly showing some of the military's medals on his tattered robes, spoke up. The Raj demands slaves from his glory seekers, and unfortunately for you, we haven't fulfilled our quota yet. Perhaps the most sinister sentence in the English language. Let's do the thing. Yeah, I think I'm ready to just do this, right? What's he got? When a friendly follower is reduced to 0, return it to your hand with the cost reduced by 1 once per turn, but 5 times. Jeez, that's a big one. Well, you're not starting the game in my hand. I kind of want to keep the dismantle just so we can build it up like we did last time. It's actually pretty good. But I think I might drop the bear. Yeah, we'll go like this. Do I want to drop the bolster too? No, let's go like this. Ooh. Well, I think we play 2 creatures when we can play 2 creatures. I think that's pretty solid. And maybe I want to play in the middle instead of in the back row. I was just thinking like to make it easy to play in front, but maybe we want the ability to play stealth or sniper cards behind. We didn't actually run any of those snipers though, did we? Well, whatever. I think this is the start we're looking for. And I don't think I scrap because I think we're actually in like a really good spot here. This has no energy cost, huh? Man, that's a pretty good ability. So it's slash, bolster, attack, and maybe cycle or scrap the custodian just to start building up the dismantle. I think I like it. Make you a 3/3 instead of making you a 2/2. And we're going to be seeing that same guy a whole bunch, unfortunately. Hey, would you look at that? It's that raider again. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's also unfortunate. Well, I think I'm just going to play a lot of guys this turn. Just like go to the dome. And then play you and you. We got to get that damage up there, right? We're going to have a chance to heal and recover wounds and stuff once we win this, so. Do I want to scrap the ranger to put a damage on one of these 2 cards? I think the answer is yes. Okay, bear's a good draw. That's a big dude. Alright. So, the bear puts us on lethal. Yeah, we just go to the face with all of our creatures, right? Really, really hard. Is there a way to make this kill work? Oh, yeah. If we... The way the damage works out, all we have to do is just attack with everybody. Who said murdering people was hard? Got ourselves a poisoned dagger. Okay, we're familiar with Poison Strike. Alright, I don't necessarily think that item's amazing. The dead bodies of our enemies littered the area, and then we moved on into Nerokan. We had reached the Spaceport. You remember the Spaceport? Loud cheering and cries from many market bays filled the air. Here we could get anything. Let's, first of all, go to the market because we have some things to sell. Why did it reorder my items? Okay, so we have at least this many batteries raw, plus we could potentially sell some luxuries. Or maybe even this thing. So I don't actually think this is all that good. Poison Strike's a little tricky because it kills a bunch of our followers when we use it. I think I might just sell it. Let's hold off on that decision for the moment. I think we can probably afford to just go looking around and shop and stuff. I'm gonna do this for sure. Let's remove all of our wounds and then have a look around. Let's start with the soft market. Everything from seeds to slaves, located in one of the giant hangar bays of the Spaceport. We don't need to shop for food. We could free some slaves. We have the batteries to make that happen. And look for work is probably just a way of getting more batteries. Let's do this. Alright, one of the stages was a pack of bandits with brands on their foreheads. They were in bad shape, some even with festering wounds and eyes or fingers missing. Doesn't sound like a great return on investment, but we're doing this for the decency. We handed over the agreed sum and then brought our new goods away from the market. Then we explained to them they would be set free. The freed slaves broke out in tears and thanked us, begging us to accept them in our community. Yeah, man, welcome aboard. What did we just purchase? A cast overseer. First strike when you draw a convoy card. Wow. Ah, when you draw a convoy card. That guy seems great. I don't know that he's a good fit for our deck, but he's awesome. Guerrilla fighter. Destroy random enemy unit with taunt. Pretty fun. And taunt, first strike, revenge, spawn 2 gladiators. One with taunt and one with first strike. Really cool cards that I don't think we're going to put in our deck because we kind of have a thing going already. This guy at 6 or 7, if we actually manage to fix his wound, I just don't think is very good. The guerrilla fighter is at least potentially useful. Kind of like how consistent and brutal our deck is, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it. I freed them to see them freed, not to possess them myself. In one of the biggest hangar bays, tech, gear, fuel, and machinery were being traded in what was called the hard market. Let's shop for rare equipment. Rare treasure at a discount price. You know what? Let's see. It's a gun. By the time we had unwrapped the wares, the seller had already vanished in the hustle of the market. Alright, what is our gun? What does our new gun do? Deal 2 damage to a target for 1 energy. And could give us aimed shot if we dismantled it. Do I want to dismantle it into aimed shot? Because that's actually a pretty useful card, and we have a lot of stuff that boosts our direct damage. I kind of think that I'm going to dismantle it. I think I like Precise Strike. We didn't use it there, but I totally could see using it. Yeah, I think I want that aim shot. And then I think we are just going to sell this poison dagger and use the batteries to level up. Well, I guess we should do these other things before we spend the batteries, I suppose. Our exploration of the spaceport brought us to the containers, a gigantic mess of old, colorful shipping containers that was covered with a cobweb of chain, bridges, supply, and laundry lines. Let us... Praying to the gods probably gets us points of believers, which we don't really need. Let's just explore. Okay. We happened upon a quiet garden in a small yard where a group of machinist monks demonstrated a strange floating device that projected colorful holograms. Okay, scholar points. I'll take scholar points. Not much for a casino. Let's enter the merchant area. Oh, without an invitation or an official clan sigil, we wouldn't be able to enter. Well, then we will visit the casino. And we will place a small bet. Our rather randomly selected champion, a fierce-looking female with sharpened teeth, was torn apart by a gigantic elder male. Like many in the audience, we had placed our hopes in the wrong beast. Don't sharpen your beast's teeth. I bet that's really uncomfortable. Right, I'm going to take a level up. 1 damage and stun the follower. If it's already stunned, just kill it. 2 damage. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Mercy Kill. That seems like a great card. Alright, we got an extra equipment slot. I don't have an equipment for this slot, right? Could I buy one? How expensive is the cheapest equipment? 28 batteries. We could make 28 batteries happen. That doesn't actually seem all that useful. Like, I get what it does now, because now we know. But I just don't think it's all that useful. Swarm Coordinator. Yo, that seems great if you are playing a deck that has a bunch of drones in it. And then, like, Pain as Wisdom is fine. Is a totally good card. Or a totally good robe. 30 batteries, huh? So we would have to sell 3 of our luxury items to make that happen. We could hold on to, like, the jewelry, which is still, I think, the most dangerous one. Home company is also fine. But yeah, we could sell these, we could get the jewelry. I think I'm gonna hold off. We'll just go into the waste with an empty slot. I really like having all of this hope generation available to us, because we're certainly not going to run out of food, right? So with that, we're going to heal our leader to full. How far am I off? I'm a single point off. Yeah, I'll spend 4 food on that. That's worthwhile. And then we have a choice. The Dreaming Gate. The Stronghold will be challenging. Good preparation will be necessary. I'm feeling pretty prepared, honestly. So here there is a Scion Holy Site. Here there is a Dome City. I mean, we're pretty good at dealing with swamps, it feels like, and also a Holy Site. You know, we're very heavy on the Believer this run. I think this is our route. And I also think that is the end of the episode. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm really enjoying this. This is a cool game. This run might be a little on the easy side, but if we win, we'll turn up the difficulty for next time. Let's not count those particular chickens just yet, though, huh? Come back next time to see how I die embarrassingly. And we'll see you then.